Hello everybody! Welcome to the stream. Last night we could not 100% finish Endwalker, but we're gonna do that really fast. I'm doing it like ASAP, and then we can just chill out. I do not plan to do any of the 6.4 story live on stream. This also includes the normal raid. I will not be touching any of that today on stream, though I will do that later. This way, no one gets spoiled. I'm just gonna jump straight into things. I hope you're all having a nice day so far. And enjoy the land of lurking if you're lurking. And thank you for being here. I do plan to preserve this little piece of Endwalker when the time comes through the highlights, so if anyone misses it now, they will see it later. Alright, since we have the time, now I can voice act. Where's Alpha now? There we go. I'm gonna turn off the auto advance since we're at the end. Oh, hey James! You had some time before work this morning and messed with Island Sanctuary a bit. That's all you had time for? The furniture glamour system's great? Heck yeah, that's awesome to hear, friend. That's awesome to hear. Hope you had a fun time with Island Sanctuary this morning. And I also hope work is going well. Well, my glob, how am I doing? I'm doing well today, Cody. Thank you so much for asking, and welcome to the stream, friend. We're just gonna finish this last remaining portion of the Endwalker Journey Reborn, since we couldn't do it last night, and then we're just gonna go straight into having some chill fun. Being able to buy one item and paste it indefinitely was awesome. You had the I hope we had to bring them over to the apartment and houses. That'd be awesome if they could do that, because then you don't have to buy multiple and crowd storage that bad. It would be a nice system to bring over. The storage right now for housing is pretty bad, especially for exterior. Also, from here on out, ever since the end, he now gets the right to say her name. They've gotten to that point. And also, there isn't even storage on Island Sanctuary. It's 100% glamorous. The items never leave your inventory. Oh, okay. But yeah, I could at least then understand why the new housing system or the new furniture system for Island Sanctuary shouldn't transfer over entirely over to housing, because if it doesn't register the item as binding, let's make that example. If it was like furnishing that you could clone for outside your house, you should be able to put down the original and then clone that. But then you wouldn't be able to sell it. That way you wouldn't break the system with it. But since this is Island Sanctuary, that makes sense. Since Island Sanctuary is a side concept for solo. Well, let's get to reading. The quicker we get to reading, the quicker we can get to getting to the new stuff. As a heads up to anybody popping in, I will not be doing any 6.4 story regarding normal raids or MSQ. Please don't worry about that. And if you have already done it, please prevent from sharing any story spoilers in chat. This would be highly appreciated. The content just came out today, and spoilers are no fun. Oh gosh, I'm not ready to read. The end is nigh. Just gotta get in my zone. Oh, Butters, pray forgive me for delaying the gathering. I was writing a letter, you see, to my parents. As busy as Father has been, tending the aftermath of the Exodus has been good enough to show concern for the Scions. And besides, I've made them worry enough for a lifetime. Henceforth, I will endeavor to write as often as I am able. A little effort to set their minds at ease while we continue to be away from Charlie. Both Alice and I are off to assist with Garlemald's recovery, you see. Though uncertainty remains over what will become of the nation, we cannot well leave the capital in its present state. We will join those members of the Ilzabad contingent still stationed there. Lucia and Maxima helmed the relief effort, with support from our allies, and the people of Garlemald among them. They will gradually be joined by those who have finished treating the tempered across the lands. Lest you misunderstand, we do not seek redemption for failing Lidsina and her sister. That is a burden we must always bear. Nay, we go because of the truth in Lord Quintus's words. The truth that, whatever ideals individuals may espouse, nations are not moved to action unless they stand to benefit. For the unforeseeable future, the fallen empire will be at the mercy of both internal and external forces. And though I do not doubt the intentions of the continent, with greater powers involved in the relief effort, our allies may well find themselves drawn into a political agenda. In going, we seek to ensure that the needs of the people come first, to understand their hearts, that we might better help them to begin anew. You best write me too. Well, write you letters? Of course, I would be glad to do so. But I would be glad as still were you to come and visit, and I believe I speak for Alice as well. For fairly as long as I've been in Eorzea, you've been at my side, watching over me, in good times and in bad. How many times have we gathered to share tidings? None could possibly keep count. The world is changing and will continue to do so. Yet no matter what the future brings, I hope that I can ever look to you, in good times and in bad, as a dependable comrade and dear friend both. Happy ending. Thank you, Butters, from the bottom of my heart. Hello, Cryle. Oh, Butters, how are you feeling? Any lingering aches or pains? I can't apologize enough for sending Xenos to find you in Ultima Thule. When he came to me in Charlian, I was truly torn. As ever, there was only one thing on his mind. Forced to make a decision, I reasoned that, if he would not be deterred from seeking you out, he might at least aid us in our cause, and so I struck a bargain. In the end, he was true to his word, and you defeated him despite your earlier exertions. But knowing the state we're found in, it could have ended very differently. My decision almost cost you your life, and no words could express the remorse I feel. It worked out. You did the right thing. It is a relief to hear you say that. Thank you. Time and time again, I've been made to feel woefully inadequate. I wasn't much use in battle, nor could I face the Forum without my nerves getting the better of me. It always fell to you and the others. I must and will do better, and I shall begin with the restoration of the students of Baldessian. Through our work, Charlian will strengthen its ties with our other nations, that we may be prepared to face whatever threats arise in the future. Of course, this isn't something I can accomplish alone, but thankfully I have the staunchest of help in Raha and Ojika, and our other remaining members. Together we'll continue Grandfather's work. As before, certain commissions will take us to dangerous locales, and we may need to call upon seasoned adventurers. In such times, might you be willing to assist us? Not because you feel obliged, mind you, but because you feel alert for the task itself. Well, hey, I still need work. Marvelous. Should something of interest arise, I shan't hesitate to reach out to you. Until that day, I shall endeavor to become a more dependable comrade. Alice time. Alice time. Oh, actually, before I start with this one, is my mic okay today? No one said anything yet, but just to make sure. My mic is okay? Mic test 1, 2. It sounds good? Okay, I'm just worried it's like, we'll return to the fuzzy mic. I seriously have no idea how that happened yesterday. Thank you, James. Butters, seen to your preparations, have you? I'm just making another sweep of my belongings. Wouldn't do to find I've forgotten something halfway to my destination. Oh, in case you haven't heard, we've received new reports detailing the devastation caused by the final days. It appears the situation is gravest in the lands surrounding the Bounty, where the sky first began to burn. After that, the calamity was observed in the far north, in Garlemald and the frozen lands beyond. We also had reports of the heavens catching fire in isolated locations, one of which was an area in the northern Empty. Had our quest taken any longer, Charlian too may have come under threat. Thank goodness it's over now. To be sure, blasphemies and lesser beasts may still be roaming about, but these localized crises should be well within the capacities of each nation to handle on their own. The Scions are no longer needed. Which isn't to say that we won't help out where we can, of course, as individuals know more of this order business. For my part, I'll be heading to Garlemald with Alphino. They were among the worst affected, and still need all the help they can get. It won't be easy. An inevitable part of aiding those in need is coming face to face with tragedy. Knowing it doesn't make it any easier, though. That all curse my weakness, my inability to fix every problem and save every lost soul. But no matter how much it hurts, I won't give up. I'll do what I can for as many people as I can, begrudging no effort. And should I find myself discouraged, I'll remember you. Think back fondly to one of your many moments of triumph and the accompanying determined expression. Even those that still annoy me in retrospect, like when you activated the teleporter without warning. And should you hear about me, I want you to remember too. Remember that I'm out there somewhere, trying my very best. I look forward to hearing all about the legendary Alice Levier. Not that I'm trying to become famous or anything. That being said, the next time we meet, I'll be vastly improved, so don't be surprised when you find yourself marveling at me. And also, hey Night Fighter, welcome to the stream. I hope you're having a nice day today. Welcome in. The day has been well so far, and I hope it gets more exciting soon.
When day is dark,
always remember Happy Day. It is Happy Day, Lon Lon. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Welcome in, friend. I'm having a little bit of water before I go on to Urianger, our fourth compadre. Butters, thou hast spoken with our comrades. Though this parting be not forevermore, 'tis none the less occasion for sorrow. Akin to a pixie's path, the navigation of such farewells is a perilous endeavor indeed. For their part, however, the Loporrits embark upon a new beginning. Though bereft of its purpose as a vessel, the moon yet remaineth hospitable for the creatures of Aetherius. Thus do our lunar visitors convene with the Forum, intent upon assigning some new and beneficial role to our solitary satellite. Yet ere that may come to pass, there is much and more each party must learn of the other, a process which doth promise to be eventful indeed. To that end, a cadre of Loporrits hath gleefully dispersed across our lands in the name of mutual understanding. Hydaelyn, 'tis said, did imbue them with her love for all things born of the star. And 'tis Venat's own nature, I believe, which doth manifest in this irrepressible, inexhaustible curiosity of theirs. Having witnessed that which they strove to achieve, I wish most keenly for their long labors to be rewarded, that their abiding affection for man result in a boon for all. Moreover, I hope to continue our acquaintance, and share in such knowledge as they see fit to impart. You are the first to truly understand them. Dost thou think so? The Loprits are certainly possessed of a unique outlook, and it hath been my pleasure to act as their facilitator upon the star. Mayhap I might yet serve as a bridge betwixt them and our fellow man, as Moy and Brita once did for me. Oh yeah, I gotta turn off the Nightbot command. But technically I'll do it right after this, I'll do it after we're done with the Endwalker segment. But I shall digress no further. This day should belong to the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, to mine incomparable companions. Oft times hath mine reticence caused thee grief, and mine actions spurred allies to suspect betrayal, and yet here amongst you I stand still. No amount of words could express my gratitude for thine acceptance and forgiveness. Thus instead, I do proffer my humble support. Be it unto the deepest abyss of the highest heavens, even if I must needs founder cross stormy seas, ever shall I answer thy summons. Alright guys, I'll wait to talk to Thancred at Justinian time. It's time for a staring contest. Look, dude, I know you were only here for like maybe over a month. If you have something to say, then out with it. Just worried how you earn your keep now. You talk as if the Scion's dissolution was more than mere pretense. There may be fewer calls to action, but we should be compensated as before. Why are you so concerned for me anyway? In any case, I do not want for options, even if some are worse than others. No sooner did Amaric hear about our disbandment than he offered me a position as a guardsman in the Imperium district. As a former Osray Dragoon, I'm guaranteed to be popular, he said. Who does he take me for? Even without his meddling, I'm perfectly capable of finding employment, and have. Some days ago, a Hanish envoy arrived with word from Vitra. The worm requests my presence as soon as things have settled here. He didn't deign to mention why I'm needed, but it pertains to dragons, like as not. In Thavnair, like elsewhere, the phenomena caused by the final days abated when you defeated Medion. Though it was too late for those who had already transformed, life is beginning to return to normal for the survivors. Of those who sought refuge in Sharlayan, most have already returned home. But many do not have a home to return to, nor loved ones. By an arrangement between Vitra and the Forum, such souls may remain in Sharlayan if they wish to study and work. Or to work and study. I did it backwards. Also, hey Ragzin, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Welcome in. This is my PNG tuber model. I thought it would just be simpler to start off like this today. Though if anyone wants me to swap to my 3D, I do have an outfit shift reading. And also, day's been good for you, Night Fighter. Though it's only just woken up. No worries. The day's gonna be great. I just believe it. You've got this, Night Fighter. Uriaji for English teacher. Yes, please, Lon Lon. Yes, please. But yeah, I've got a few different models, Ragzin. We've got my normal VTuber, and whenever I feel lazy, I can be my 2D VTuber. I also have Silly VTuber. Wow. Everybody likes the puppet. It's also a redeem. But maybe I'll swap to this during PvP on my own. Who knows? The best one. Salmon did an amazing job on this. And then Poppy did an amazing job with this one. Head pads. Oh no, are they not working? My heart. Here we go, trying to fix the head pads again. Also, oh goodness, T-Rex, thank you so much for the resub. I really appreciate your continued support, friend. Arigato! 11 months, that's crazy. It's almost been a full year, hasn't it? Oh my goodness. But welcome to the stream. How are you doing today, T-Rex? And you wanted to head pat the puppet? It's okay, I've got you. I've got you, James. No worries. But yeah, I noticed the hand wasn't loading, which... This seems like a very common occurrence with trigger fire. I don't know why. Like, every time this problem happens, I have to log into Triggerfire, which is the site I use for the head pets. But it never seems to work consistently. I may need to look for a new program that does the same thing this one does. If you guys have any suggestions, let me know on Discord. But yeah, let's see if I can get this to work. I will do my best to fix this for you, James. Where's the head pat button? Why isn't it working? What did I do? Come on. Computers are not our friends. I mean, the computer's fine. It's the website. I think it's just the website. That's it. If in all honesty. At least you guys get to listen to this nice tune for a little bit while we fix this, huh? I'm gonna refresh. And we're gonna try this again. We will get our compensation for James. Yay! Headpads! There we go! It's working! Your headpads have been now received, James. For the puppet. Thank you for headpads. And thank you, Lon Lon, for the spammed headpad emo. Oh, you have a cat on you and you can't move, so you're doing pretty good. That's good to hear, T-Rex, and hopefully cat is cozy. Much cozy cat times. But let me swap back to my normal VTuber now for the PNG stuff. Though if anyone wants me to shift to the puppet, they can. Like, I have one to shift to the puppet, shift to this one specifically that I'm on now. If the outfit swap is active, I'll swap to my 3D. But yeah, hopefully we don't have to shuffle between a boatload of models today. And anyone just hopping in, as a heads up reminder, we are not doing any of the 6.4 story or normal raid in this stream. So, you should be spoiler free from that. I don't even think I'm touching Island Sanctuary either, but that's because I don't do Island Sanctuary that much. I need to, but not right now. But there's a lot of new stuff. I think I'm also going to look at the little things and probably go into PvP after this. Anyway, let's get back to it, shall we? Vitra was always the satrap in truth. It's gratifying to see him become one in name as well. One who has the complete confidence of his people, in the envoy's tone with any indication. I often find myself speaking favorably of dragons of late. Not so long ago, I would have assumed his benevolence hid ulterior motives, but 'tis clear he cares for his people, and they in turn revere him. To know such a nation may flourish is comforting. Vitra's kin sought release from conflict. So weary were they of the suffering it wrought, they surrendered to oblivion. But Midgar Somar didn't give up. In hope he made the journey to distant Aetherius with his clutch of eggs. And though his progeny went on to be embroiled in conflict with men, there were times when they transcended hatred to abide in harmony. That is their legacy and their triumph. In my lance, I feel the weight of their struggle and the strength of their resolve, and it lends me strength. These things I might never have learned had I not joined you. Should you ever have need of me, I will come. At the very least, it might be an opportunity to earn coin. Don't worry, Estinian. If Tataru and Kryle aren't giving good compensation for your hard work, I got Gil, which thank goodness my follower Golbar is hiding. No one shall ever know again. But let's talk to Thancred. He's right here, actually. Hi, Thancred. Is that Thancred? That is Thancred. Hey, Greed. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Welcome in. Our champion and savior. I was beginning to think my chance for an audience would never come. That sounded more amusing in my head. Speaking of heads, I was worried about yours, and the rest of you for that matter. On the mend, I trust. Glad to hear it. You were in a bad way, and healing magics or no, I'm impressed by how swiftly you've recovered. Then again, 'tis hardly the first time you've cheated death. Your strength of will has never failed to astonish me. Look at what you've accomplished. Meteon defeated, her Song of Oblivion cut short, the source and all her reflections delivered from the final days. If you had faltered at the last, then all hope would have been lost. But you held fast. Now Rain has a tomorrow to look forward to, and I could ask for no greater gift than that. As for a lesser gift, however, the next time you see her, I would appreciate you not describing my travel plans with Urianger as aimless wandering. We've a purpose in our roaming, after all, keeping an eye on things in the absence of the scions on the world stage. There'll never be an end to the little problems that go untended by nations. We will do our best to help out where and when we can. Which I suppose is an approach not far removed from aimless wandering when you get down to it. Perhaps you could tell her I am faring well and leave it at that. No need to mention this feeling of being uprooted. I have never been one to stand still for long, but when I think of home, 'tis the rising stones which comes to mind. How many times have we set out from this base, tense to return when our work was done? On the day the scions came together, I only hoped for Minfilia to find a place where she belonged, but never did I expect to find one here for myself. Indulge me, Butters. I have a question for you, and imagine Minfilia herself is asking. Are you glad you joined the Scions? Best decision I ever made. I can honestly say the same. But all good things must come to an end, at least for a time. Should you need a helping hand for infiltration or reconnaissance, you know who to ask. Dang it, words are hard, hungry. Big words. I'm not awake enough for this. And also, you're at work, Greed, but you're off the next couple of days. Understood. And I hope work's been going well for you. Should you need a helping hand for infiltration or reconnaissance, you know who to ask. I'll come running, and you'll likely get a certain funny-talking fortune teller in the bargain. Also, oh my gosh, Shock! Thank you so much for the resub. I appreciate your continued support, friend. Arigato! 9 months, that's crazy. Ayo, at the end of Endwalker already? What's up? It's been a while, Shockwave. I hope you've been well. Welcome to the stream. Man, yeah, we're finishing the final little bit of A Journey Reborn. We're doing it now since it was like the last thing we couldn't do before the end of the last night's stream. We got to this point right as the maintenance was about to start. We almost did it. We almost did it all in one night. And also, let's see. James, your body has been on his mind. I know no less than 8 other women that would be extremely jealous. Thancred seems to be a lady's favorite, James. Oh gosh. Her brain hasn't unmelted from all the Urianger readings yesterday. Look, I have no issue with reading Old English. It's reading a bunch of big words really fast that tends to really give me a tongue twister. Well, your US is still stuck in Stormblood? Oh gosh. Yeah, no, I think that was the last time you were around is when we were doing Stormblood together. We were doing Stormblood Journey Reborn. And then I went on to do Shadowbringers, and it ended in May, and then I heard that I microwave my tea, Lotus, but I don't drink tea. I don't drink tea, Lotus. And welcome to the stream, by the way. How are you doing today? Welcome in. Like, everyone else in the house drinks tea. But they actually boil... I believe they get a pot of water and then they boil it over the stove. Conan, I heard that you don't drink tea. But I don't. But now you know. Like, I want to try drinking tea again one day. I just need to find what kind of tea is for my palate. Because it looks like a lot of basic teas are not my thing. And thank you for the head pats, Conan. Much head pats. And wait, I don't? Yeah, I don't drink tea, Lon Lon. Most of the time, heck, when I'm streaming, I'm usually drinking a glass of milk, some water, or Gatorade. Or apple juice. It really depends what we have. Or you use an electric kettle, Greed? Nice. We sometimes do that as well for like smaller cups of tea. But like, I'm usually setting up the water so I can get Eric a cup of tea. A cup of tea. Not a glass of tea. No, no. It's gotta be a cuppa. A cup of tea. I may not drink it, but I at least know how to make it. Sort of. Basic tea. Also, hi, Ishtola. Oh, are we saying our farewells too? I hadn't, at present, planned on a journey of any great length. Not that I am averse to a moment or two of quiet reminiscence. In fact, there was something I'd been meaning to ask you. Something that has been in my thoughts since the last flames of the final day subsided. During our travels, we have witnessed more than a lifetime's worth of oddities and spectacles, more than can be easily recalled or remembered. And nestled amongst those memories are certain essential facts: the history of Aetherius and the ancients, glimpses of the Ea, of their culture and philosophy. Rather than simply hoard such treasures in my mind, I wonder if I should not be disassimilating them in formal records for wider consumption. When needed, I have penned reports and prepared briefings, but ever have I balked at the idea of binding the subject of my studies in a book or tablet? Truth is given shape and interpretation. When we seek to capture it with our words, it is invariably molded to fit a narrative, no matter how well intentioned the rendering. An event is described as sad, a summation which falls to express the emotional complexity, yet the word on the page is what endures, a pale shadow of reality. Throughout history, some have deliberately embellished the truth, but I believe many, if not most, deviations are the result of similar linguistic shortcomings, piling one upon the other, until the end result is unrecognizable from its origin. Which is why I fear that writing an account in my own words would be akin to diluting fine wine with water. Yet, even with the potential for corrupted meaning, I do of course realize the importance of keeping written records. Without them, my search for wisdom would be a painful affair indeed. But what say you on this matter? Should I take up the quill, reflect upon those experiences only we have shared, and seek to preserve them for posterity? Let them be read and remembered. Also, thank you for the head pat, Shockwave. Much head pats, much cozy. Very well then, I shall endeavor to pen what I can of the Ea and the ancients and of so many other wonders. But I am no scribe. It will be less a polished work and more of a reordering of scattered notes.
Always remember, happy day.
Happy day. In any case, I feel much better for having sought your opinion. Left to our own devices, we tend to overthink such things. I will otherwise return to following where my curiosity leads. After all, a safe method of travel to the first yet eludes me, and our venture into the great expanse has prompted an entirely new set of questions. Should you stumble into the unknown or struggle with some impenetrable mystery, know that I am at your beck and call. Sorry you saw a new one. No, you're fine, Shock, you're fine. It never hurts to see things from a different perspective, and mine is rather different than most. Thank you, acquaintance Y'shtola. You have been upgraded to friend. Normal, chill friend. You, on the other hand, spout whatever nonsense pops into your head. This is fair, Greed. This is fair. But then again, I do about the same thing. Oh no! I accept your friendship, James. All the hugs. Oh, Butters, might you have a moment to talk? What did I do now, Graha? With the Scion stepping away from the public eye, I've been left to consider what new endeavors I might pursue. Also, thank you for passing the butter, James. That was very kind of you. And after speaking with Kryle, I have decided I will be assisting her in rebuilding the students of Aldessian. Not only am I in debt to Master Galoof for giving me a new home, but had our order never existed, I would have never set foot within the Crystal Tower. How different my life might have been. I would have never met you, never become caretaker of the tower, never become a Scion. Oh gosh, the silly timing. You haven't seen that one yet? You were curious? You're all good, James. You're all good. You gave me the chance to do so much good, and I hope to continue to do so with the students. For an added benefit, new mysteries often find their way to our doorsteps. Mysteries that could prove ideal for fulfilling our promise to embark on a new adventure together, unlike any we've experienced before. Yeah. Whenever you have the time and inclination, my friend, I stand ready to accompany you into the unknown. Do you recall in the realm of the Omnicrons, when I asked you if you thought I may someday be mentioned in your epic? While 'tis true that to earn a place at your side would be the stuff of dreams. In the end, nothing would give me greater joy than to stand with you in the here and now. Is this It need to be some grand endeavor. There need to be a promise. Whenever adventure calls, I won't hesitate to invite you, and I hope that you will do the same for me. As long as you don't overexert yourself. I know. I can all but hear Lena and Becklug's voices every time you remind me. As much as we have already seen, there's still so much we haven't. Who knows? Perhaps we will even encounter survivors of the Omnicrons somewhere out there. After all, given how they took to the stars, it isn't implausible that some found themselves far from home. And should we encounter a wayward traveler awaiting commands that will never come, I would bid them seek adventure with someone, and with that partner find new purpose, a new dream. For if crystals can hold fast to dreams, why not Omnicrons? Wherever your plans may lead, do not hesitate to send word, and should a commission of interest come my way, you will be the first to know. Alright guys, here we go. I think last cutscene.
Spoken your fill, have you? If so, I'm thinking to send everyone off.
Oh no.
With your permission, then. Your attention, please. At risk of spoiling the mood, the time of departure is upon us. In my capacity as your receptionist, I bid you all safe journeys. Till next we meet, be well.
Everyone knows it's Butters. But thank you for clipping the funny times. I'm gonna enable the text auto advance because I know it is coming up. And that's it for 6.0, A Journey of Reborn. The smallest little fragment that we couldn't put into the final video, but call it a bonus. This is a bonus.
さてと、私とアルフィノはひとまずイシュガルドに行くわ。ガレマルドに残ってる派遣団からの最新の報告書がアイメリク総長のところにも届いてるんですって。 それを見せてもらうの。
ついでに防寒具も調達したいところだね。ユルスたちへのお土産も何か探してみよ
う。みんなはこの後どうするの？
私は定時ドラバニアに行くわ。探している本がグブラ幻想図書館にありそうなの。ついでに一人暮らしの頑固な老人の様子も見てくるつもりよ。
俺たちは当てがある旅じゃないが、ひとまずオールドシャーレアンだな。
ええ、一度レポリットたちの様子を見ておきたいのです。まだかの地に滞在している者がいるようですので。
だったら途中までご一緒させてもらえる？私たちはバルデシオン文館に戻る予定なの。
最近来た依頼がいくつか溜まってるらしいからな。まずはそれの確認から始めるつ
You
もり
know,
だ。
it sort of hurts when you think about it. Graha and Estinian recently just joined the Scions, and it's instantly closing.
ああ、もっともブリトラから肝心の要件は聞いてないからな。そこにとどまるとも
Like,
限
we're
らない。
new Scions. Oh.
そうか。となると皆行く方向はバラバラだし、ここでお別れということになりそうだね。
その前に一番肝心なことをまだ聞いていないのではなくて、
お前は
あなたは、あんたは、
君は今日何をするんだい？
Not sure yet. I guess wherever the wind takes me. I'll let every day be a new adventure. And thus now we finally conclude A Journey Reborn. Thank you guys. Yet stand tall, my friend. Our journey will never end. This it be the true conclusion of A Journey Reborn. Oh.
いつ訪れようとここは変わらないな。満ちた命は輝き、たゆたう時を生き続ける。だが感じる、何かがうごめいているような。地の底より深く、星なき夜より暗いところ、あまたの間をつなぐ晩まで。何が起きているのか早急に突き止めたいところだが、本格的に動くのは彼女が到来を予言した星との出会いを果たしてからかな。
But
魔の
which
巣
she?
窟たる晩まで、パンデモニウム。共に挑まんとする星とはいかなる存在か。まだ見ぬ君に巡り会えるその時が楽しみだ。
that's what he gets for those hide the Aether Sand antics back during Crystal Tower Realm Reborn, James. Oh my goodness. And also imagine my character just logging off, Lon Lon. So what are you gonna do now? I'm gonna log off. Rest well, champ. Oh yeah, here it is. Rest well, champion of Aetherius, for many and more adventures await you. And that's it. The Journey Reborn series is now 100% complete. To anybody who's been here since the beginning, the middle, or end, whenever you popped in, thank you so much for being here. We can finally not have to think about it anymore. It's been a wild ride. GG. And now, guys, I finally get to do this. You guys still see that go through New Game Plus thing, correct? Community challenge complete. It's all done.